Going on, Squadron Jude, aka Mark Clancy, and I'll bring you guys something some people would call strange, but I find it pretty cool. But we'll find out what you guys think. This is the Falcon Flyer by Ignite. Long story short, my friend was flying it with an FPV camera, and his dog chewed the living crap out of it. As you guys can see, it looks like it went through hell, like bullet holes and everything else. But no, just got chewed the hell out by a dog. But this is the controller to it. A lot of people don't know what you can do with these controllers. Is the controller you can plug into a quadcopter multi-battery port, which, as you guys can see, all the multiple ports, there's 5 ports there, but it plugs in perfect with it. That's crazy. And it does actually charge quadcopter batteries. So if you have rechargeable batteries and you guys have a Falcon Flyer, as you guys see, Falcon Flyer by Ignite, you can charge quadcopter batteries out of it. I thought that was pretty neat. But on to what we're mainly talking about. Okay, so my friend came up with this design. I thought it was a pretty cool design, actually. He called it Fx-09 SF, which stands for Spitfire. Like, it's not too bad. It's decent. But the electronics out of that Falcon Flyer are in here right now. Turn it on and show you guys. It's got a light in the front. It's got a blinking light in the back to show you that it's active. It's strictly indoor only, which where I live, I don't really have a big open indoor area for the fly. It's infrared. As you guys see the little sensor right there, it's infrared. So obviously this does not work that good outdoors. I've tried. It flew for like a minute and a half, then crashed. This thing is not good in the wind. It's mainly a glider for indoors, like I said. Normally, when you first get a helicopter, 3-channel helicopter system, you get this lovely little gearbox system that goes to the main propellers, which you can actually use these for other builds. I'll show you guys how to make a basically a cheap remote control helicopter where you just push a button and it flies and you can walk around with it. It's actually a pretty cool thing. But you can make tow winches, you can make little shooters out of these. You just put like a dart on the end of the gears, it will hot glue down there and make them perfectly flush, so that way when it does spin at full rotation you can actually shoot little things out of it. It's actually pretty cool. But it's just like normal. Besides, we want to put a mini servo in there in the back right here for the ailerons. Nah, not ailerons. Screw that. We'll probably put it for the tail. Right or left on the tail. So that way it does rudder control instead of ailerons going up and down and making it turn that way. So far it's differential thrust for turning. And it's just, I don't know, pretty cool looking actually. I do like how there's the see-through feature where air can go through and always cool down your electronics. Looks pretty cool flying too, guys. It just like hovers kind of perfect. And then as soon as you drop throttle, he instantly wants to come down. So like you end up constantly going like this and there. It's actually pretty cool. It's not a bad idea. It was actually a pretty good build. I'm gonna build something similar to this, but I'm gonna make mine obviously bigger and outdoor worthy. But this is a good first start for him. He's a beginner builder and he did a pretty good job. He built kind of like how I would have built it. But I would have done a couple different things on there. Like I wouldn't have had that much pitch going up. I would have less pitch so that way it just glides and hovers. Well, he's just beginning. This is his 4th prototype, so he's getting there, guys. See if I can do a flip in a hallway on a dying battery. Here goes nothing. Hey, it's not that iron. Well, now it is. Let's trim forward a little bit and then fly. You guys want to see what happens when you get low battery on an Envision? I just don't want to hit anything wall. Ready? Here goes nothing. That's what he does, guys, when he dies. So if you ever do get an Envision and you see him blinking in mid-flight, you better get as low as you can to the ground and fly him. Or else if you're way up there and he starts blinking, you're screwed. He's just going to drop like a rock and you'll have either a broken arm, broken propellers. There could be multiple things that could go wrong. So obviously just fly safe. But other than that, I'm signing out, guys. You guys have a great night.